आपल्या परिसरातील घडामोडी पाहण्यासाठी पाहत रहा आमची मुंबई न्यूज.
The occasion is 132 birth anniversary. In fact, my connection started with birth anniversary, which was 100th birth century actually. This whole idea of making a film on Dr. Ambedkar, in films division, when my friend was Vijay Chandra, he once told me that for a long time, a subject of Dr. Ambedkar for a documentary is lying with us, and nobody is coming forward because they feel it's very risky work. You want to make a documentary on Dr. Ambedkar. I said, okay, I know all the friends, they can go for research. I said, unless you give me the freedom for research, I can't go in like that. Because wherever Baba Saheb stayed, studied, and he made all his work, like anywhere, Mahu to Columbia University, I must go and visit and take those important steps in life in documentary. That is why I was researching on documentary. And while I was making documentary, they announced that we have a birth century in a very big way. And there was a meeting with the government of Maharashtra. They called all party meeting. And Mr. Sharad Pawar was then the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. So I was one of the person who invited. Actually, Mrs. Murad Guru was sitting next to me. And she asked me, what are you doing? I said, I'm just doing a documentary on Dr. Ambedkar. I said, documentary? How many people will see documentary? How can you reach the masses? I said, well, that's right, because you need a lot of money. So why not we make a film like Gandhi? I said, impossible, because that's a very highly expensive film. Anyhow, everybody put up their ideas. Everybody was there, from Manoj Joshi, Gopinath Munde, everybody was there. And everybody gave the idea how you celebrate the 100th year. And Muraltai came, and Muraltai said, we must do something for the women cause, education, and girls' hostel, and so many things she put up. And lastly she said, why not make a film, a feature film like Gandhi on Dr. Ambedkar? So everybody clapped. And she said, it's not that easy. And I'm suggesting, Jabbar was sitting next to me and he's making a documentary on Dr. Ambedkar. I'm suggesting him, why a documentary? Make a complete feature film on that. So Sharad Pawar was sitting and she smiled. I said, Jabbar, are you ready to make a film? I said, okay. And in that meeting itself, he announced that he'll be providing about 1 crore only for the research and start the film. That is how the initiation of the film started. And then the central government joined, and that is how funding was made, research. I think it was the whole work of 4 to 5 years, having Dr. Y.D. Phadke as the same main research man, one of my gurus, and a historian. And the script was made, and somehow I felt that it cannot be work of one person. So I requested Sunita Araporwala, who had written Salam Bombay, and very good in English script, because this film has to be in English. It was an international release, and then dubbed into different languages. So we started with Sunita Araporwala, and Arun Sadhu joined as the man who knows the political scene, and Daya Pawar, one of the Dalit poet and a very renowned name. So we combined all the 3 elements into the script, and that is why there was a central government advisory committee, and then there are so many details happening. The film came into problem and all that. So ultimately, the film was shot. The main challenge was, of course, choosing Dr. Ambedkar's character, who will play the role. So many people around in Hindi cinema, but somehow I was not very happy First of all, my challenge to Sukhdev was his diction. The personality, it was not easy. Man with a good height, a robust personality, very fair complexion, and a complete Oxford kind of a diction he had. A wonderful English he used to speak. Now to get such an actor in India was a problem. So we made a lot of auditions. Actually, first I went to UK. I had about 20 auditions of major actors who will look like Dr. Ambedkar. But I was not very happy about the situation. Then also in North America, Canada, Latin American countries, I wanted somebody like him. But somewhere something lacked, and then I came back dejected totally. And luckily today you see a photograph of Dr. Ambedkar here. This photograph of a profile, one of Dhanjeki's book. And suddenly that fortnight was an issue of Filmfare. On that there was a profile of Mammootty, a Malayali actor. It was like the same profile but with the dark glasses. Suddenly it clicked to me that he looks like Dr. Ambedkar very much. So my friend Ravi Gupta was chief of the NFDC. We said yes. We don't ask Mammootty, but let us work digitally something on. So SIDAC, the company in Pune University, we asked one a friend called Yavalkar to work on Mammootty's face. And it was done by about 5-6 stages. A frontal look, a profile, then removing his moustache, because Mammootty has a wonderful moustache. And that was his actually supposed to be what they call a trademark. And he was known for his wonderful moustache. You must have seen you must have seen Mammootty on television, chasing young girls and singing songs and all that. So now, how to approach him? So we made in about 5 stages Mammootty's face, removing moustache digitally, little bit hairline at the back, cheeks coming out with specs, and the complete suit which Baba Sahib had. And with that, we approached Mammootty. I went to Chennai. And he said, my friend Adul Gopalakrishnan had worked with Mammootty. And I told Adul, look, I feel like casting Mammootty as Ambedkar. It's a good idea. I asked him, I'll see the appointment. I didn't know Mammootty. So I went to his house. He welcomed. I said, he thought there's some role coming to him from Hindi cinema. I said, it's not that. I've come to ask you if you can do Ambedkar. He said, what? I said, Dr. Ambedkar. You mean Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar? The man from Maharashtra? You asking a Kerala man to do it? I said, Jabbar, what is wrong with you? I said, no, there is something in you, I think, got similarity. And the film is in English, it's going to be international work. I'll be happy if you. So no, this is very difficult. My body language is totally different than Ambedkar. The only similarity is I am a lawyer, because he is a law student, Mammootty. The only similarity is I am a lawyer and Dr. Ambedkar was a lawyer. That's all. And finish, come on, now have tea, or otherwise you won't have lunch. Wonderful machi is there. You have fish and everything. And please forgive me. Then he came, went to his wife and told her, these people have come and they're asking me to do Ambedkar. She said, no, it's not possible. Don't take the risk. A very controversial figure politically. Don't do it. We are happy in Kerala. Then I stayed back. I said, have lunch, to lunch and all that. And then I took those photographs, what we had done on his face. I said, Mammootty, can you look at these things? And he said, who did this on my face? I said, it's done in Pune. He saw one by one. Finally, when he came to the last stage where his face is totally turned into Dr. Ambedkar, he couldn't believe. He just rushed again to kitchen and he showed his wife, look what they have done to my face. And he said, surprise, do I really look like Ambedkar? Yeah. It's okay for the refer, but I don't think I can do it. I'm very sorry. The first my difficulty was, like dhoti what they wear in Kerala. He said, I have a complete rounding the whole thing. And then you have a very different kind of dhoti. Impossible to walk like that. How they wear, it's like nani and sari and then take this. I don't know how the males do that. And the whole thing remains on that. I say, Mammootty's very different thing. You try. He refused. I came back very dejected. It's a very clear choice. So Alur again convinced him that please try. After 8 days I went back and ultimately he agreed. That was one of the plus points I had. And he worked very hard. I'm telling you, worked very hard. And in trying to understand the script. First of all, the Malayali accent in English is very different. And we had 2 teachers in fact here who knew Oxford diction. And he said, we'll do it when we dub the film, but let me do what I am today, and whatever he did was one thing. The audition was the main task for us because he had to be in the costumes of Dr. Ambedkar and we wanted to video the whole thing. And the question came mainly of proving the moustache. He had continued in the films. He was doing some films with moustache. He said, Jabbar, what I do if I remove the moustache? And somehow he said, look, shall I tell you secretly what it is? It's my sex appeal. All girls in Kerala are mad after the moustache, but look, and he wanted to remove the moustache. What I do, I remain nothing. So my makeup man said, we are giving you 10 different kind of moustache. When you shoot for Ambedkar, you have no moustache. And when you shoot for the other film, you have 10 different moustaches for you. You can apply that. That is how, I still have a video. That day, he put everything in costume and everything. He said, except, I said, Mammootty, how can you audition? You have to remove the moustache. It's so painful. You can imagine the all males sitting with moustache like him. Very difficult. And sometimes the wife, like, I don't know, your wife likes it. But it's normally it's an insist on the wife. They need, that nahi achhe lagte ho. And here I had to convince his wife that look, he said, वो बहाना बना रहा है उसको करने दो. Then I took his son now is a very well-known actor now. Mammootty's son is a very well-known star now today. He was only 10-year-old. Then he said, Uncle, come, bring the camera. I said, why? He's removing his moustache. Come to the bathroom. And he was talking to himself, muttering himself, Gali Galosh, ye kya Jabbar Patel kar? What is doing to my moustache? And they put this thing, the shaving cream, and suddenly saw, oh, so you're shooting when I bring my moustache? I said, yes. Okay, do it. Look what is Jabbar Patel doing for me. And he removed the whole thing. But that removing moustache and looking at him, he said, look, I really look like Ambedkar. And that's the whole thing, the whole history. And the main war was won because we had decided on Ambedkar. Today you are sitting here, it's very easy to just learn from me in about 5 minutes how Mammootty was ready. But the point is, the whole year, Mammootty actually a lot of hard work. And he had wonderful appreciation, not only in India, but practically all over the world. Because wherever they have thought of Dr. Ambedkar, how he can be. My main problem was his wife, Mahi Sahib. But she agreed, she said, yes, he very much like my husband. Yeah. And after the film, Now let us skip that whole thing. I'm talking only about Mammootty. Actually, I remember the first trial. It was Prakash Ambedkar came to see the trial. And Prakash said, it's really wonderful. I can't imagine how you found this man. So much like my grandfather. I said, I want to talk to him. And from the lab where we saw the film, he called Mammootty. And he said something very important. Sukhdevji. He said, Mammootty, you have done a great thing. We have two things in our Devghar. One is Gautam Buddha, and then Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar's statue or photograph. Now you know what you have done, Mammootty? Our people, the followers of Ambedkar, will have a photograph of Mammootty as Ambedkar in our Devghar. It is tributes. And in one of the trials, a great legendary actor came. You know, Dr. Thorat, Dilip Kumar. And he saw the film and he said, I can't believe because I've met Dr. Ambedkar. This man has acted so much in different stages. I met Dr. Ambedkar when he was 50, 55. But this man from the young stage till he gave Diksha, he is so much, and I can talk to him. And again he talked to him. Then there was Amrish Puri that day. Amrish talked to Mammootty. And the last thing which I will tell you now, the last time was when our then dear Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he had seen the film. Again the same thing, यार इसको कहाँ से पकड़ के लाया हो? ये तो बिल्कुल अम्बेडकर जैसे लग रहे हैं. And Siri Fort, he saw the film with Advani ji. तो जब बार कहला मुंबई में है, दिल्ली में है, मैं कहा हूँ, तो आइए पिए हो. लेकिन एक बात है, आप उस लड़के को बोलिएगा, लड़के को, ममूटी, कि भाई 10 बजे हमको उनसे बात करेंगे. And then at 10 o'clock with coffee for us, he talked to Mammootty. The Prime Minister talked to him, said, Mammootty, you did a great job. I have met Ambedkar ji from long distance, not very nearby, but you've done so much as Ambedkar. And that's how, what happens is, actually in biographical films, the main success depends on the similarities of the main characters. That is how Sonali Kulkarni as Ramabai and other characters also, they all helped in this, and that is how the film is made. It was dubbed into 9 languages. Only not Malayalam, because Mammootty said, my people know me well in Malayalam, so I will not dub the film in Malayalam, they must see my English. So the Kerala people were unfortunate, they did not see Malayalam Ambedkar, they saw only English Ambedkar. And he says, I tell you, all Kerala people very proud of Mammootty was just playing the man who wrote the constitution. They all flocked and saw him. And in all these versions, when I just see, to me, Marathi was done by Sachin Khedekar, very good. But as the most effective ever I found was Tamil version. It was very forceful and wonderful. The language had its fire. So Tamil version I saw in Chennai, and the people said, he did not born in Maharashtra. He was born in Chennai. There's so much when that man, I think Kailasam or somebody dubbed it. So beautifully done. Sometimes we have occasion here to show the Tamil version, you must show. The other version which is very powerful is Punjabi version. The Punjabi language and Baba Sahib's speech is so powerfully done that even Punjabis say, ye to hamara banda hai. This is the whole thing of Dr. Ambedkar. And behind this, you see the philosophy is the basic personality, the philosopher, and the man who rose to the heights to uplift the Dalit world with all his compassion, everything. I think that whole thing remains behind the whole thing. And I think what happens is that it's not only we get the idea that he was only a Dalit leader, but the man who writes the constitution and gives strength to all the Indians, that makes the whole thing. So ultimately, Dr. Ambedkar becomes a kind of a socialite for every Indian. That's why I said somewhere in 2004, when all the turmoil was going on of religions and so many people talk about religions, my religion is great, ye dharma acha, wo dharma, and I think what is all nonsense going on in this country? When we have our religion, I have my own devghar, I have, some people have masjid, some people have gurudwara, but to me, if you ask me today on this occasion, I feel that the great holy book, Khara Dharma Granth, is I think the Constitution of India. There is no alternative to this. Because he has given everything to us to express, to revolt, to get educated. So he doesn't become only for the Dalits, Ambedkarites. He is for everybody. And if you see the film, we have tackled everything in that film. And then ultimately, why he chose Buddhism? That's the point. If you see the last scene of the film, when Dr. Ambedkar gave Diksha, there was 6 lakhs people in Nagpur on Diksha Bhumi. It was a very difficult task to have 6 lakhs people. But somehow, at least for 3 months, we were advertising in the papers that we were shooting in Nagpur, and the actor Ambedkar will be given Diksha again. Dr. Ambedkar insisted they wear white clothes in 1956. Pande kapde garun yaad sage. And they were history. They are from Bandara to all places. Within 3 days, all white clothes vanished. And they all people in white appeared in 1956, and there were 6 lakhs. At least a cinema, to make that, I needed at least 2 lakhs people. Because I had aerial shots. I needed a big crowd. You have seen the film, you see the big crowd. And Diksha Bhumi was already created, so I couldn't shoot in Diksha Bhumi. So we had another occasion there, another location to have this. And that day, again the same thing came. Last 10 days, everybody is trying to get a white clothes, and then nothing again. All Nagpur around area, when we shot in 2099, there were no white clothes. And I saw the last scene when we shot, when Dr. Ambedkar, Mammootty came as Ambedkar on stage. Dr. Godbole, who was then a man who helped for the Diksha and conversion, was alive. He was there. And luckily, whatever the materials on the main table, those are Singho Uta, and Baki material was there with him in his behalf. So what you see in the actual picture in the film is a real thing where Baba Sahib took the Diksha. It's all real what happened. Dr. Godbole was there, and Dr. Godbole did not see Mammootty earlier. He was with me on the stage. And Jogdand was there to announce all the 2 lakhs people that how do you have to cooperate in the shooting. And people had come with 6 months kids and all that. 31st March, very hot. Suddenly, from behind, Mammootty and Dr. Ambedkar appeared, and Dr. Godbole could believe his eyes. I had seen Dr. Ambedkar himself in person during the conversion, during Diksha. He took my hand with a hug after the Nasa. Doctor, I can't believe. One of the Baba Sahib are. Then I introduced Mumbai to Dr. Godbole. Mammootty looked at him. He was more busy with his and then see the feeling. 1956, Dr. Godbole had worked with Baba Sahab. All the efforts of Diksha, all inviting 6 lakhs people in 1956. Now we saw in person actor Mammootty as Ambedkar. मला म्हणतात डॉक्टर मी त्यांना जरा स्पर्श करू का touch him. Then in 1956 I did not touch him. I know daily we were talking only 10 feet. He had such a aura that I was not even going 2-3 feet near him. There's such a glory on his face. Dr. Ambedkar, see, he had that kind of great intelligence on his face. One of the greatest intelligence in the world. And he said, Tana bhetayacha was not so easy. So, this all things happened during the festival. So I was very doubtful about complexion, Sukhdevji, about exactly what it was. When I was making a documentary, I was in Mahad. Veer नावाचं गाव आहे. There was one Subedar in army, a retired man. They said he is alive. He has met Dr. Ambedkar. So I went to him. He was a man who used to give massage to Dr. Ambedkar when he used to come to Mahad. I said, बाबा साहेब तुम्ही भेटलाय. रंग त्यांचा काय होता? अनेकांच्या मनात प्रवाद आहे. ते डार्क असले पाहिजेत. कारण आपल्याकडे धारणाच आहे दलित म्हणजे सगळे डार्क असले पाहिजे. असे गांधीजींचा पण हा गैरसमज झाला. ते पहिल्यांदा भेटले तो असा एक गोरापान माणूस समोर बसलाय इंग्लिश फाट बोलतोय. त्यांना म्हटलं आता चिंपवून ब्रह्मन आहे. This is in the film and that became a great contribution point in the film. When Dr. Ambedkar and Gandhiji met, I have shot that scene. In the end, Gandhiji is surprised. Why is he so angry? And he says, what is Mahatma? The Ambedkar said, what is Mahatma? Mahatma is a fleeting phantom. He raises dust and nothing. And Gandhi looked at this man. And then he said, Mahatmas have come and Mahatmas have gone. But the untouchability has remained as it is. And is all Oxford University. So when he went out, he asked Mahadev why? Mahadev, why? Why are you so angry? So research says, Mahadev said, maybe Bapu, he was hurt. He is a Mahar. Gandhi said, Ambedkar is a Mahar. I thought he is Chimpal Brahmin from Pune. And people who saw the film in the censor board, they had a problem. How this can happen? What happened in 1927 and this meeting is happening in 1930. How Gandhi did not know that he was untouchable, he was Mahar. But it happened like that. But Gandhiji, because in meeting so many hundreds of people, so Sardar Patel told Mahadev Bhai that it's wrong. You should have told Gandhiji that Ambedkar is going to meet you. And then he would have been ready for that. That's what. And that became a very controversial point for the people who saw the film. They said they did not believe me. But it was there in Parallel book. Parallel by one of the biographers of Gandhiji said it was a mistake that day by Gandhiji. So anyhow, this happens by great people also. But it's there in the film. I'm not saying something out of mind. So this is what I think is the thing. The last tribute only I just want to tell you. When there is no time to converse, but sometimes they will have something about making of films and we have talk something else. I was Sukhdevji, I was in England when we showed this film to British Parliament. And then there was a discussion because we had about 50 years of the Constitution. So they wanted to have some reforms in Constitution something. So the Constitution's experts had come and there was a round table. And you know who was the main person was? Dr. Wolf, who was the Chief Justice of England then. And my friend Gautam Chakravarti had given the contribution book to him to read. So in the conclusion, when Dr. Wolf stood up and said, okay, I've seen your film, a lot of discussion, and they found out nothing to be changed, nothing to reform. The constitution is solid, valid, everything is so wonderful. And in that, the last remark, Lord Wolf said, I have seen so many constitutions in the world, and we think of human rights. Because England doesn't have a constitution, you know that. England doesn't have a constitution. England have different countries' constitution. Many people come and stay in England. So they don't have their own constitution, their rules are different. But he said, as far as human rights is concerned, he took the constitution in the hand, raised it and said, if you ask me, the best human rights given to any constitution, it is Dr. Ambedkar's Indian Constitution. This is the best constitution as far as the human rights is concerned. I was really in tears. I said, look, the remarks are coming from a British fellow who is the Chief Justice of England. The people who ruled over us for 200 years. The Britishers who ruled over us for 200 years. And Chief Justice of their country today is saying the best human rights constitution is Indian Constitution written by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. I think this is one of the greatest compliments. With this, I'll just take a leave. I think for today and today's occasion, I think this is just few glimpses of what happens actually. There are so many aspects, so many things. One, I must tell you about Sonali Kulkarni. Sonali Kulkarni acted as Ramabai. The film was shown to K.R. Narayan, our president then. He loved the film. And after about 1 month, there was a film called Mission Kashmiri. And they showed the film to the Rashtrapati. Sonali was acting in that film, a different film. So, they were introducing the actors, Sanjay Dutt, Ritik and everybody, Sonali Kulkarni and all that. You know, when they were introducing, but our president suddenly, I think he just forgot everything and he just walked to Sonali. I said, aren't you Ramabai? And he put his hand on his case. Yes, and answered Sonali Kulkarni. Yeah, but are you not Ramabai? It's Ramabai. And everybody, all the staff, big staff of the Hindi cinema, they were shocked. The Rashtrapati gave all the ring and put to meet. And he called his wife, come. Our Ramabai is here. So this is the whole impact of film comes in.
आमची मुंबई आवाज महाराष्ट्राचा. आमची मुंबई न्यूजला लाईक करा, शेअर करा, कमेंट करा आणि सबस्क्राईब करा.